Hello, this is Ron Paul Isaiah, and you are listening to the RP Isaiah Show. We have George Briggs on again, and he'll be talking about a story. So, if you could go ahead and start the story,
Hello,
kind of give
it's nice to be
our
back.
introduction. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Isaiah. It's nice to be back. Today we're gonna be diverting away from the whole, controversial, taboo topics, and we're gonna be focusing on something, just as interesting and intriguing. And it's actually about one of my best friends, who who lives in the UK, and he's suffering from a biological abnormality that's very rare and not really documented about. And so, I think it's a good decision to talk about it, and I think it'll be very, interesting for the watchers.
All right. So, if you could kind of take over the show, since you know the story, and you know our subscribers, million plus, wants to hear about it. Um, Go
uh,
for it and take over the show.
okay, so first off, I've gotten full consent from my friend, and to use his real name, and to explain his situation, to kind of give awareness to the watchers. And his birth name is Andrew Coleman. He's a male. I think he's 22, and he lives a normal life. He's managed perfectly, and he's doing a very good job overcoming this biological abnormality. And this um, abnormality, well, you can say, yeah, was caused by the doctors during a circumcision. And over in the UK, they don't really undergo circumcision unless absolutely necessary, or the parents obviously choose to. But he was one of those cases where he had to undergo circumcision due to restriction of the skin, foreskin, etc. And and during the procedure, I guess the doctors um, either sneezed or was closing his eyes the whole time, and accidentally cut his whole penis off. And so that obviously,
Jesus Christ.
I know. I mean, yeah, you guys can all imagine. He was a baby going through anesthetic, so he doesn't remember any of it. But the point is, so at that time, it's not one of those things where you can just quickly sew it and repair. Um, at the time, that was incapable, and it wasn't like one of the options. And so, uh, this I guess the smartest option at the time was to, instead of nurturing Andrew as a boy, they decided to, almost as like an experiment, nurture him as a girl, and change his name from Andrew to Abigail. So his name ended up being Abigail Coleman, and they gave him her artificial hormones to boost up, her female traits, and kind of counteract with his whole biology, his biological chemistry, and reduce the male um, hormones such as testosterone, and boost estrogen. And I guess till about puberty, um, this plan worked. But then, during puberty, and at puberty, he started, those male hormones started kicking in, and he started just like a male, just like a male undergoes puberty. He started getting these, manly traits of pubic hair, and manlier voice, deeper voice, and I guess I think uh, a little penis started growing. Sorry. I apologize. I've said this story many times, but uh, when it comes to this section, I can't stop but chuckle a bit.
So I mean, like, they screwed up on the process when they. I mean, how could they? How could some doctor, lousy doctor? I mean, so did they? Did the? My part. I mean, we'll go. But my first question is, like, did the parents sue the doctors, or like did they get free treatment after that? I mean I would
I'm
be
sure. Yeah,
outraged if that ever happened.
I'm sure they got compensation for sure. Definitely. It was in the doctor's hands. It was the doctor's fully responsible for, you know, the, the issue. And so going back to the story, he started growing, penis it should where he should be at, like, and and I mean from 0 to about 14, 15, whenever he hit puberty, I mean, he was suffering a lot of, abuse, bullying. Kids around that age, they love to abuse people. And I guess he was one of those girls that looked like a guy. Obviously he is a guy. He should be a guy.
Right.
Uh, and 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 then so they consulted the doctor, and and once he hit puberty, it became evident that you can't counteract something like that. You can't just give them more estrogen or female hormones, and they decided to.
Well, I bet it was very expensive too. I mean, even if they could afford, even if there were some, I mean, because I've heard stories of guys turning into girls, but with the health concerns, with all these hormones and prices, I mean,
Yeah,
that would have been crazy. I mean, if even if they wanted to do that, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean,
obviously,
I could imagine already, for
and,
the
and
kid.
yeah, I mean, and 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 at and so they consulted the doctor, and I guess they decided to abort the original plan and to just throw away the original plan and change his name back to Andrew. So from Abigail
Really?
to Andrew, and so I think
And
they
this is in the UK?
yeah, I think they did a relocation to be able to for this, from from the um, daughter to son to kind of have a new life, new outlook on things. And so they relocated, new school, new friends, new everyone, so he can have a fresh start.
So
And
I mean, but like, I mean, I mean, I can imagine him being lied for a long time,
yes, yes,
being a girl, because, they did do the surgeries and stuff, and, he thought he was a girl and he was trying to fit in. I mean, you probably know more of the story. We've talked about it before there,
yeah.
but, I mean, if you could just explain what he's been through, I mean,
It's
when he was a
the,
child, the transition of understanding, oh my God, I'm actually not a girl. I mean, and my other question, if you could answer later on, is if he still likes guys, or if he's if he likes girls now, or if he still acts flamboyant. I mean, maybe you could go, but if you
okay.
could explain it, emphasis more about the transition phase, it would be very interesting.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the whole transition phase was definitely probably the biggest speed bump he's probably ever gonna go through in life. Because I mean, no one should go through that. No one, deserves to go. I mean, no one, they don't deserve that.
Well, I think certain people do deserve, like David Rockefeller and Brzezinski and Barack
Oh,
Obama
yeah, I see. Obviously,
all the elites from Bilderberg and Trilateral Commission and CFR. But sorry, go ahead. My political side is coming out.
no, that's fine. No, no. Okay, you make a good point. But anyways, so to answer your second question, where obviously yeah, should he like boys? Should he like girls? And I can tell you right now that he is bisexual. So he likes so he's into both guys and girls and curious. He's bi-curious, you can say. And I
Now,
guess that
does he like animals too, or?
I think he's actually very fond of cats. And he lives with like roommates with cats, and so I think I don't think he's a zoosexual in it. He's actually a normal guy.
Oh, I see. He's
Has
a norm.
friends.
He's. I mean, he is one of your friends, but he's
He's
nothing
a
to that.
I mean, if someone wasn't aware of this, they wouldn't make anything of it. I mean, he's had girlfriends and boyfriends like in the past, and he's overcome it.
Right.
So he's um he's doing very good. He's even he's just like a normal person. He's going to university. He's into skateboarding. He's actually very good at it. He's excelled in skateboarding, and he has a lot of friends. So he's socially competent. I mean, there's no he's like a normal human being, just
Right.
except he's got obviously, extremely smaller penis than everyone because he started, growing it at the age of 14. So you can imagine what a baby size, human babies, and I think that's the trouble he's going through. If he has boyfriends and girlfriends. Well, actually, let's not go into details. We're getting a bit too personal here.
I agree. I agree. Hey, man. I mean, I feel bad for the kid, but this is I mean, it's quite a story. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't believe going through. Oh my God. It's like probably worse than an Asian. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your friend.
No, definitely.
But, so I mean, I hope he's gonna be on the show in the future, because he has agreed and he has talked about it. So I mean, if we could get him on the show talking about more of
Of
like a
course.
first-person view and kind of Q&A, and also whoever's listening, he we are scheduling a show. So if you have any questions for Andrew, and or any nice comments, definitely comment it, and we will try to go through as many as possible. So but yeah, I mean, so I mean, jeez, that's a crazy story, But
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice being able to share it. Obviously, uh, with consent and
right.
speaking for him. But I'm sure I will speak to Andrew Coleman. I'm sure we can arrange something where he is shows a guest appearance on the show and
He
kind
was saying I believe you said he was saying he is open and he might be down for doing a
yeah.
show.
Um. Well, I've got to definitely make sure, but I'm yeah.
Just double check on it then.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And possibly next episode he may be on it. So, as I was speaking, if you have any concerns or any questions, if feel free to contact Andrew Coleman. He's got a Facebook, and I mean, he would love to personally share it, and from the horse's mouth, explain. He can go into more detail, but yeah. So, Isaiah, you're gonna give them a link to
Yeah,
his
yeah,
Facebook.
I was going to do that in the on YouTube. I was going to do
Okay, so it's
the link
gonna
on the description, but if you could say the link for the other listeners that aren't on YouTube or aren't on the channel, if it's like embedded code or whatnot, they'll if you
Well, yeah, I think it's best to just give them a link. I mean, yeah, so just give them a link of, I'll
okay.
give you a link of Andrew.
Yeah, I'll put it in an annotation, so if even if anybody's looking through embedded code.
No, please make sure if you guys have any questions, if you don't want to personally contact him, I can always, answer those questions for you. So just comment away.
Yeah, comment it, and hopefully he can be on the next show so we could answer those questions personally by Mr. Coleman. But yeah, and I mean this is just a one hell of a story, and I mean I don't know what the YouTubers are gonna say. It's just like probably like poor kid. I mean it's like Jesus freaking Christ, I can't believe that.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for your friend. That's a very inspiring story. So I mean a lot of people they have a lot of crap to go through. But
Yeah.
now they'll know. Freaking Mr. Coleman went through all that stuff. So you better not cry about, oh, you can't pay your, car payment. Oh, you're gonna lose your house. oh, your whole family was massacred by the Rockefeller families, because that is way worse than anything you could go through in your life. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I agree.
thanks for the interview, the question, the story, uh, and we'll talk to you again.
Yep. Nice, nice being on the show. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.